Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening, Your Excellencies. We are here tonight to present the Future Awards Prize in Education, an award given to a young person who has recorded measurable impact in advancing education through advocacy, activism, innovation, enterprise, and institution building.
The Future Awards Prize in Education. The nominees are Regina Agari, 30, founder, Soronko Solutions. Ogulano Ulumide and Obano Chukwuemuzam, 22 and 23, co-founders, prepclass.com.ng. And Philip Obaji Jr., 29, One Game Campaign. And the winner is...
And the winner is Philip Obaji Jr.
He holds a BSc in marine biology, but possesses a rare commitment to advocating basic primary education for vulnerable children in northeastern Nigeria. Through the iGame campaign, he has been able to get over 100,000 children to go to school. Nearly 99% of these were children attending school for the first time. In December 2013, he initiated the Off the Streets, a community project working for Almajiri children in Borno State who are facing challenges of exclusion from school, ignorance, recruitment into insurgent groups, neglect, and abuse. He is Nigeria's representative to the United Nations Alliance for Civilizations Education, First Summer School, New York, and was also nominated in 2014 for 2014 Communications for Social Change Awards in the University of Queensland, Australia. He is 29 years old. He is Philip Obaji Jr., the winner for the Future Awards Africa Prize in Education.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Last month, I visited Maiduguri, and I met a young girl, a 60-year-old girl who told me that she wanted an education, but she was scared of walking the streets of Maiduguri all alone because she didn't want to be raped the second time. I met a 13-year-old boy who stood on the streets working for the Civilian Joint Task Force, protecting his people. He said to me, I want to return to school, but I can't go back when Boko Haram kills my friends. All around, I met people with touching stories, but they all had one thing in common: they wanted an education. And this is a tribute to all those who are working in the field of advocacy, making sure that the children of Borno, the children of Yobe, the children of Adamawa, and all children in the northeastern part of the country gets an education. To all those working to ensure that our girls return, I pay tribute to you. We will make it. The girls will return if we keep putting pressure on those who will bring them back. Thank you for this. Thank you very much.
Welcome on stage the Senior Economic Advisor, Open Society Foundations, whose charge has solely been to bring back our girls. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Begeli Ezekwesili.
Anything that has to do with reminders on the state of security in our nation will be a dampener on a show of this kind. But the truth is, we cannot afford to live in a world that ignores the reality of other people. Anything that injures one person injures everyone. And so even though I'd love for you to just keep being excited and be thrilled by all the things that you're listening to and the wonderful accomplishments that we're celebrating. When Adebola said I needed to come and give a charge tonight, I really didn't feel up to it. But then I decided that I would come so that I would remind you that somewhere that you and I do not know, there are some 219 young women that were forcibly taken away from their parents. And today is day 237. They are not back home. The Chibok girls are still not back. That's our reality. Every one of you who is here tonight accomplished because you went to school and you got the opportunity to keep transiting from one level to another. Those girls went to school to take an examination that would have enabled them to transit to university. But then it got cut short. I'm here to remind you something that Professor Cornel West of Harvard University, who is someone that I am immensely fond of because he has a very bizarre way of putting things that we think about into words. And when he speaks, you realize that he surely would have been a great African man if he remained in Africa. He said that empathy is not just to feel what other people are going through, but it is the action that you take to help with what they are going through.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for the nation's citizen-in-chief, the Senior Economic Advisor, Open Society Foundations, Obiageli Ezekwesili. Thank you very much for that speech, ma'am.
Yeah. Wow, fantastic. It's Anya. I wish I had your talent now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a little work to do. We all know that only Africans can truly save Africa, but it's time to sit back and remind ourselves of things that make us special.
Speaking of special, ladies and gentlemen, she has toured Europe with her album Bed of Stone, and she's back home. Back in Uganda, we envy that you guys are blessed with such a voice. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause and welcome Asha.
watching the special edition of Rubbing Minds featuring the Future Awards. Another edition of the program comes up same time next week. That will be on Sunday at 3 p.m. on Channels Television. You're watching Channels Television, broadcasting from Lagos. Coming up next at top of the hour is News Track. Do stay with us.
We represent what else? Come on. Let's go. So let's dance now. It is my turn. Just follow you. I am ready for your action. Just follow you. You should cut off all distraction. It's all on you now. And just give me some reaction. Just follow you.